Hi everyone. So if you're seeing this that means that you are a friend of mine on Facebook or someone else shared this video with you out of love. I am here today to talk a little bit about what I've been doing and the messages that I received early this morning. So I've been on a spiritual path for like the last 3 years, and it's really all kind of coming to a head right now. Really getting myself out there and becoming who I am meant to be. And so this is taking a lot of courage, and I ask that you be nice if you have any comments to say. This is quite a big deal for me, so thank you for watching. And so every day I meditate morning right before I get out of bed, and then every night before I go to sleep. And then I've been asking for ways to get in touch with more people or help more people. My life's purpose is to help as many people as I can become healthy. I've started a business last year called Balance Brain and Soul. And I do have some people that I've been helping, but I feel like it's not enough. Like there's way more that I could be doing. So I started a YouTube channel. And of course, that takes time, and that's fine. But I just feel like there's more that I could be doing. So I asked God, Spirit, Universe, Higher Power last night, please give me something that I can talk about or I can share about. Please give it to me in my dream. And I normally don't remember my dreams, so I have to ask that I remember my dreams. And I keep a little notepad by my bed. That way, if I wake up, I can write down what it means or what's been in my dreams. And so this morning, early, I was like jolted awake, like with urgency, like wake up. I didn't hear that, but what I did hear was like I woke up and like threw the covers off me, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening? And so what I heard was eating disorder. And so one of the videos that I put out on YouTube, and if you want to go over there and look at those, I only have 2 or 3 or 4 maybe, but I'm trying to do one like each week or like every few days. So it talks about chakras, and all day I have been trying to figure out, what do I talk about? How do I put it out there? Do I put it on Facebook today? Do I do the video today? Like, what is it? Well, I came to realize that because of the urgency or because of how I woke up, like just so immediate, right? Like woke me from a deep sleep. I was like, oh, like kind of shook me for a second, and I was like, oh, okay. So now with that, I've come to the understanding that I need to get it out today, and how I need to say it. So originally I did not want it to be about me. Like I want to be able to just put my words out there to help other people. But then as I was, I don't know, fixing my lunch, no, I was driving home from meeting my mom, I was like, people relate to stories. They want to, most people want to hear like someone else that's been through it. So I decided to go ahead and come out with my story. So when I was, I think in my freshman year, I was like 15 years old, and only a couple of people know this, I think. I don't even think my family knows this, but I was bulimic. I was super unhealthy. Like I did not care about myself at all. I did not love myself. I talked bad about myself nonstop. You're so fat. You're so ugly. No one's ever going to love you. And the truth was, like, I wasn't fat. I wasn't ugly. No one ever bullied me. No one ever talked bad about me at school, that I know of. I mean, I had plenty of friends. I was a cheerleader. I'm not trying to like toot my own horn, but like there was really no reason for me to feel that way except for my own mind. My own mind was making me feel that way. My heart wasn't open to itself. And so I ended up in the emergency room late one night or early in the morning. I woke up with like horrible stomach pain. And prior to this, I remember one morning getting out of bed and pulling the blanket back over my left thigh and looking down, and I was like, oh my gosh, my thigh looks so good. Like that was the very first compliment I ever gave myself, but it was because I was being so bad to myself. Like I was eating tons of food and then I'd go and throw it up. That's what bulimia is. And so I wasn't healthy. I wasn't being nice to myself. But I looked down and I saw my thigh and I was like, oh, it's so worth it. Like I'm I'm hurting myself, but I look good, right? Because it's all that really matters in this world right now is how you look. And so, but shortly after that it came my wake up call, and I had the most horrific pain I've ever felt in my life, worse than labor. I'll never forget it, even though it was over 20 years ago. And I'll never forget the words the doctor told me or asked me. He was like, "Are you sticking your finger down your throat to make yourself throw up?" And I'm like, "No, of course not. Why would I do that?" And he obviously didn't believe me. I mean, it was obvious. He said, "Well, you have all the signs of bulimia. You have," and even my fingers were like, my fingernails had signs of from where I was sticking it down my throat so much. And the enamel behind my teeth they were starting to erode. And so he wanted to put me in the hospital. Somehow, I don't know how, I talked him out of it. I did not want to go. But that woke me up into, you really have to start taking better care of yourself. Now, granted, I was in high school. High school's really tough. I had a really tough childhood that I was trying to deal with on my own. And so it took me a little while to get it together, but I did stop making myself throw up, and I did try to eat better. So I guess the message is, you are worthy of the life that you want. If you are suffering with really any kind of inner turmoil, but this is supposed to be about eating disorders, because that's what came to me. So if you're suffering with an eating disorder, anorexia, bulimia, binge eating, please just know that you are loved. No matter what you believe, there is a higher power. What you call that higher power, God, spirit, universe, I use all three of those names. Whether you think it's a bug or a rainbow or whatever you believe your higher power is, or just your inner being, your highest self, you are loved. That inner self loves you so, so much, right? And so what I'm hoping is to bring that awareness to you, to whoever's watching. My goal is to as many people as possible, because my life has been changed because of the way that I talk to myself, the way that I care for myself, because I started to love myself. Now I love myself. I don't care what anybody else says. They can hate on me all they want. It's not going to change how I feel about who I am. I know that I'm doing the best that I can do every day for myself and for the people around me, and hopefully for way more many people than I can ever have dreamt of reaching. And so I want you to make tiny steps every day to start loving yourself. Look yourself in the mirror, stare right into your eyes in the mirror and say, "I love you." Just start. I know it's hard. I know it sounds dumb and stupid. Believe me, I know it does, because that's how I felt about it when I first started doing it, when someone told me to do it. Start writing in a journal every day, journaling your feelings. And I know I was not someone that journals. And I'm not the best at it, but I do it because I know that it helps get those feelings out. And know that no one else has control over you. You have control over your mind and your heart and your body. Most of the eating disorders stem from some type of abuse or bullying, or something where you've lost control in your life, or you've used it to stuff your feelings of shame and guilt. I'm here to tell you that you can release all of that. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but I did start a business. It's called Balance Brain and Soul. I started it last year, and my goal is to get your heart and your soul, your mind and your brain and soul to connect, to create a healthy body. And I know it can be done because that's what I've done. I know it can be done because my aunt cured her cancer. I know it can be done because I'm helping other people do it now. All you have to do is try, take one step at a time. One step leads to the second step. The second step leads to the third step. And then before you know it, you are on the other side of that bridge and you are whole again. So it can be done. I promise you, all you have to do is try. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. And you are loved. You deserve everything good that this life has to offer you. Just believe that you do. Start with one tiny thing. Make a gratitude journal. And just start every day writing in there, even if it's only one thing you can be thankful of. Write it down, say it out loud. every day you're going to start finding that it gets easier to find things to be thankful for and grateful for. And then that list just keeps getting longer and longer and longer. So what I can tell you from my journey is I did connect to that higher power. I started meditating every single day. And yes, it's extremely hard when you start, or for me it was. But it really gets you to open up your mind and get you connected with the higher power much easier. And then you can start understanding who you are. And as long as you know that you are responsible for you, no one else is responsible for you. You don't look to someone else for answers, because all the answers are within you. You don't need to look for someone else for approval or love, because you are the only person that matters about your self-love. Like, no one else can give that to you. If you want to think about on the airplane, if the airplane's going down, they tell you to put your oxygen mask on first, right? So that you can help other people. You have to take care of you first. So start doing things every day. Look in the mirror and say, I love you, even if you don't feel it. And obviously, all of us were having problems with loving ourselves, or we would not be doing things that hurt our bodies and us. So look in the mirror. I love you. I love your hair. I love your eyes. I love your lips. I love your skin. My butt looks good in these jeans. Anything, just start, even if you don't feel it. But when you start saying it, your body, your subconscious starts believing it. And then sooner or later, your conscious self will believe it. Okay. So I don't want to take too much more time. I'm already at 11 and a half minutes. So I want to thank you all for listening. And if I can be of any help in any way, please let me know. I do have the YouTube channel, so if you want to go over there and watch the other videos, I will be putting other videos on as much as I can, just to try and reach more people. And I think that's about it. It's under my name, Sally Payne, or it could be under Balance Brain and Soul. I know I switched it, but I'm not sure which one it pops up under. So again, thank you all so much for listening. If you know someone that needed to hear that today, please pass it on. And I guess I'll be getting off now. And okay, everybody have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye.